See, who's got the edge in this quarterback matchup, Cam or Big Ben?
Well, the Carolina Panthers are playing tremendous football. This is going to be one of our better Thursday night matchups of the season. I like to see that both quarterbacks, they do have a great deal of respect. I know Cam Newton, when he came into the league, there were certain players, because Cam, he's one of the rare players in NFL history that there's not a lot of people that when he was coming out, you can say, because we like to compare college guys to pro guys. And it's like, hey, this guy is Cam Newton we had never seen it. Oh, he's part Michael Vick. He's part Randall Cunningham. He's part Ben Roethlisberger. If you remember Ben earlier in his career, taking care of the football on a good organization, led them to a Super Bowl. Now, Ben is the throwing pocket quarterback, rugged, durable. That's the quarterback that Cam would want to be, too, as he ages going in. So I know Cam has a great deal of respect for Ben, what he's accomplished in this league. When you're the Pittsburgh Steelers and you're playing the way they're playing and you're playing at home on a Thursday night, short week, I give Pittsburgh the advantage of playing at home, coming over that good, solid win over Baltimore. Now, Carolina, flying under the radar, is one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now. Great matchup. Looking forward to seeing that tomorrow night.
And Carolina's feeling like, man, we control everything we want to control. Yeah, we're behind New Orleans, but we play them. We still haven't played them yet this year. We get them twice. And so here's what this matchup is going to be. It's two excellent quarterbacks, and Big Ben is the guy Cam would have been compared to, but people in basketball and football have such a hard time doing, like, the cross-race comparisons. Like, that's why people were like, is Cam Newton Mike Vick or Randall Cunningham? The guy he was most similar to in body type, in style, was Big Ben. Big Ben just not as fast as Cam.
Yes.
Not as much of a running threat, but the ability
not
to
as well dressed. Those kind of things.
And he's not doing the Jenna Wolfe workouts.
Not into the fitness program that Cam Newton is. But these are, if you look at it through half the season, two of the most well-balanced offenses in football. Two of the, I'm not saying they're the Chiefs or the Rams or the Saints as far as prolific, but as far as they can beat you with the run game or the pass game, I think these two teams might be the top two in the league.
And, Nick, if we didn't have these kind of outlier seasons with the new rules, the new numbers, we always have a team offensively that's going to challenge people like the Rams or Kansas City. This year, we got two of them, so it's really, really special with young quarterbacks. But if we didn't have that, we would have more attention on Carolina and what they're doing offensively with their balance, and on Pittsburgh and what they're doing with their offensive balance.
I do want to focus on Cam for a little bit here, because Ben, I think, has over the course of his career gotten a ton of credit and deserved it. He's been to 3 Super Bowls. He's won 2 of them. Nobody doubts that he is a Hall of Famer. Cam, I feel like with Cam, we use something similar to what I was talking about yesterday with Mike Tomlin, which is seems to be a lot more in the news when they're not doing well and a little more under the radar when they are doing well. You said last year when Cam was up and down and was struggling that I said during one of the shows, you're evaluating him like he's a Hall of Famer. And you fired right back at me. You're like, you don't think Cam Newton thinks he's going to be a Hall of Famer? You don't think he has Hall of Fame talent? He should be. Like, that's why I'm evaluating him at that level. For Cam, in year 8, after winning an MVP, after being the quarterback of a 15-1 team, after going to a Super Bowl, to put in whatever work he put in this offseason, to shore up some parts of his game that I didn't know he was going to shore up. I thought we might just, listen, the Cam that we'd had the first 7 years, the guy we were going to get, which is a really good quarterback most of the time and just a god-awful quarterback about 25% of your games. This year, that 25% has gone down to almost 0%. He's been either okay or great in every game, and that's what we've said, Jenna, is all he's needed. He didn't have to make his peaks higher.
Right.
He just had to get rid of those incredibly low valleys, which is what he's done so far this year.
I really love this quarterback matchup when you compare the two, but talk to me, C, about the intangibles, the other things that may be off the field, the team locker room guy, the team leader kind of guy. When you compare these two and their trajectory in their careers, who has the edge there?
I think that, man, that's a very good question, because when you look at guys, and especially with Ben, who has a more extensive history, he's been the face of that franchise for a longer time. I just know guys on both teams. And ever since Cam was a kid, at 17 years old, he's always been a really special leader. And I can use an example. We were going to a cocktail party tonight, and both of these guys entered the room in different entrances. I just believe there's a different vibe around Cam Newton and the energy around him compared around Ben. I believe both of them are very, very effective leaders. But I believe Cam is a really special leader. I believe he's one of the best leaders that we have. He doesn't get that distinction because a lot of times people want to criticize him with the celebrations and things like that. But I know guys in that locker room. And there's not a lot of quarterbacks that have more respect than his teammates, than the Carolina Panthers, that they have for Cam Newton. Remember a couple years ago he had the skirmish with Josh Norman? And people were like, man, you don't want your quarterback out there fighting. Cam Newton won that battle. And you see how they moved on from Josh Norman because of Cam's leadership skills, and they have just constantly gotten better. So seeing both of these guys' career, knowing them both at a very, very young age, I know that Cam has a specialness about him. And when you listen to Ben's interviews over the course of time, he said enough to be able to divide a locker room, too. So Cam Newton is a special, special leader, and the Carolina Panthers and his teammates really appreciate that leadership.
To add to the Josh Norman point, you saw something similar with Kelvin Benjamin. Now, they didn't have to fight, but you saw, like, those two guys weren't on the same page. The Panthers move on from Kelvin Benjamin. It's not – I didn't see a single person in the locker room saying, we wish Kelvin was still here. Like, Cam, there is certain guys, certain people, I should say, just have it. And when you're I think some of it is just a natural inherent confidence that comes with being Cam Newton. How long in his life, since what age has he been when he walks into a room? The biggest guy, the best looking guy, the most athletic guy, the wealthiest guy. Like, sure. He carries himself like he is someone special. And that in football, I believe, can be instill your teammates with a confidence. And I'm going to add one other thing. There's something he started doing his MVP year that he still does that I think is one of the coolest things in the league, and I think it rallies his teammates. That football giveaway after touchdowns, man, home or away, where no matter who scores a touchdown on the Panthers, nobody keeps it. They hand it to Cam, and Cam finds a kid wearing a Panthers jersey and gives it to him. Yeah. Like, that is...
It's one of the special things that we'll see in sports that people don't talk about. We'll talk about guys getting arrested, but Cam has made it a point. Even guys scoring their first career touchdown. Now, that's a struggle. If I score my first career touchdown, listen, Cam, you and those kids, I'm like Trick Daddy. I love the kids, but it's going to cost me $20,000 to be there.
Right.
All right? Like, and for his overall leadership to say, man, we're going to have an impact on people when they come to our stadium, it's just a little special thing. That's a good pickup right there.
And so I like watching that. I can't wait for Thursday's game. This, to me, is the best Thursday night game of the year.
All right, look forward to it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.